Hi everybody, it's Dan Mullenkamp with Preferred Insurance Center, and we're going to do another Changing Your Life video. Okay, keep going here. Today, what we're going to talk about is where to spend your time and energy. We all have a limited amount of time and a limited amount of energy, so you have to use it right. I like to look at this as the balloons or circles in life. The outside circle is the things we're concerned about. There's a lot of things go in that circle. Everything that we think about, worry about, we care about violence, we care about good things that are happening in the world, we care about a lot of things. Okay, so it's a very big circle. I call that our circle of concern. Inside that circle, there's a much smaller circle, and this is our circle of influence. These are the things we actually have some influence over. We don't control them, we influence them, however. It might be how much money you make. You can influence your health, but you can't control your health. You can influence other people. You might be able to make them reconsider some thought they have, or you might be able to, whatever it may be. There's a lot of things we influence, but we don't control. Inside of our circle of influence is a much smaller circle, and that's our circle of control. Okay? The main thing, there's very little you actually control. Very, very little. But you do control a lot of things that are in regards to you. Y-O-U. Okay? You can control your attitude. You can control most of your thoughts. You can control a whole lot of things about you. So that's why that goes in that small circle of the things you actually control. Now I call them circles, but I like to think of them as balloons. Because, as I said, we have a limited amount of time and energy. So let's say you blow into this balloon we call the circle of concern, all right? When you blow into a balloon, it increases the air pressure, so it's going to push out on the outside, but that's also going to push in on our circle of influence. If you do that, your circle, you have a limited amount of time and energy. If you spend it in your circle of concern, it'll actually decrease your time and the time and energy you have left for the circle of influence, and your circle of influence will get smaller. Think about it. You know it's true. And that's where things like worrying fit into. When you worry about something you can't do anything about, you're spending time and energy out here, and you're making this circle smaller, and you're also going to make how much time and energy you have left to spend on the things you control. So your control circle is going to get smaller. Alright, so let's say you say, okay, that's a bad idea. I'm going to spend energy and time. I'm going to blow into this circle of influence. Alright, now when you do that, yes, it'll push out on the circle of influence, and it will push out on the circle of concern, because the more things you can influence, the more you have more things will come to your mind, and you'll be concerned about more things. But again, it's going to push in on the things you actually control. And there's more in this circle than just you, but it's mainly you, all right? Limited amount of time and energy, limited amount that you can spend. If you spend it in the circle of influence, which we're going to, everybody has to, and it's good that you do, but there will be, your circle of control will go smaller. If, however, let's say you spend time and energy and you blow into this circle of control, the circle of control will get bigger. No doubt about it, it's going to get bigger. When it gets bigger, it'll exert pressure on the things you can influence, because the more things you can control and the better you have control over yourself and the things you control, the more things you'll be able to influence. So then that circle of influence is going to get bigger. And that's a good thing. You can make a bigger difference. You can make a bigger difference in the world because the circle of influence just got bigger. That will exert pressure out on your circle of concern, and you can be more concerned about more things. And concern is not a bad thing. It just means you care, okay? And you can care about a lot of good things. So, the lesson from this is, yes, if you're going to change your life, you have a limited amount of time and energy. You want to spend it in the right places. The most efficient use of your time and energy is you. That's why you work on you, and you change your life, and you change who you are. All the rest of it will improve. Thanks. Dan Mullenkamp at Preferred Insurance Center. That's another in our Changing Your Life series.